Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to All Things Lifestyle. You are with Rena Kennedy Lester, who is your host, and I am happy to be with you once again. We are here. Wait, it's saying they're having trouble streaming to my destination. Let's see. They're having trouble streaming to your destination. All right, it says they're having trouble streaming to my destination. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right, she says I'm good. All right, so we are live and we are with our chef, our everyday chef, Elizabeth Wiley, again
Hi,
today.
hi, hi, hi.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am good. I am good. And one of the things that we're going to do, since we had such a good response from last week, it seems like everybody cooks, everybody wants some quick recipes, and everybody wants to be an everyday chef. And so we want to help them to do that. We want to help them in terms of what we have to offer, and we want them to be able to cook some quick meals at home. And today, I'm sure you've got something good for us again. And I was talking to a friend about the recipe from last time, the medallions, and he has cooked those, and he said they were delicious. And
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I, yeah. So if anybody else has tried the recipe, if you would put it in the chat part, it would be good to know what your experience was with the medallions that we talked about last time. But this time, we're going to be talking about the importance of food. One of the things that, and I just left the doctor. I just left the doctor. I had an appointment, and one of the things that doctors stress is how important our diet is. A lot of the illnesses are caused by people not exercising, but they say that a lot of what's going on has to do with the food choices and our diet, and they even call them lifestyle diseases. And so this is one of the things we also want to take into consideration when we are preparing foods at home for our families, because we are to be stewards of the bodies that God has given us. We
Right.
have to be a steward. We have to take care of this body. It's not going to take care of itself. And especially if we're putting all kind of junk in it. I make it analogous to a car. When you get a car, they tell you what kind of gas to put in it, right?
Right.
They tell you what kind of gas, they tell you what grade and everything to put in. And so the food is the same with our body. Um, if we put a whole lot of, say, if you put diesel in a regular car, it's going to mess it up. And so the same thing happens with our bodies. If we put the wrong kind of food in, then it's going to gook up our system. It's going to cause problems. Our organs are going to experience difficulty. And that is one of the reasons we also want to do this. We want to have healthy foods. We want to have foods where we can be a good steward of our body, but also a good steward of the bodies of our families, and especially our children, because they cannot make wise choices for themselves. And so we have to be able to help them to fuel their bodies, right?
That's right. Absolutely right. Our eating habits start with the parents.
Yeah, healthy eating starts with the parents. That's good. That's good. Did y'all hear that? Healthy eating starts with the parents. And so, if you have parents who are always eating junk, parents who are always eating hamburgers and Big Macs and supersizing it, and all of that, then you're going to have a problem. One of the things too, and you might want to address this, Liz.
Hmm.
One of the things about food is that most of the serving sizes that we have are for more than one meal. The
Right.
serving sizes are for two, at least two, maybe three servings, but most people eat all of it at one time, and that causes problems as well. And so we have to also be wise in reading the labels. The label tells us what the calories are per serving. And so if somebody looks at a label and the back of it says 100 calories, man, they think they're good. They think they're getting 100 calories. But they fail to look at the part that says it's 3 servings in that container, which means
Yeah.
you're actually ingesting what? 300 calories.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So, Chef Liz, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I think last time we didn't really talk a lot about you, but can you tell us a little bit about some of your interests? I know you love to cook and you are a yoga instructor.
Right.
So you've got
That's,
a healthy lifestyle and you do a lot of healthy things. So can you talk a little bit about that?
yes, I am a yoga instructor and as well as a personal trainer. I am currently getting certified in health coaching because, like you said, our diets are contributing to a lot of our health issues that we get as we grow older in age, whether it be diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. All these things can sometimes be avoided by controlling your eating habits in your younger years. You know, getting a little bit more active before your hips and knees and things and your back start to bother you. That way you have good joint mobility and you do, your body's accustomed to digesting healthier foods. You'll know when you've gone on the right track because the minute you divert from that and you go to try to eat something that's not good for you, your body is gonna let you know. You're not gonna be happy and you're not gonna feel well. So the best thing, happy food, good things in, good things come out. You put something
Yeah.
bad in, and you're gonna get a bad result.
And that's something important too, because you said good things in and good things out. And a lot of people don't like to talk about how our even things like how our digestion takes place, and something as simple as our bowel movements. Our bowel movements can tell whether or not our food is healthy, correct?
Right. You can tell like by your color of your bowel movement, the consistency, whether it's hard or soft. You can tell.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
So all of
And
that
how
comes.
often? And how often you're having bowel movements.
Now I read someplace, Liz, that said with your bowel movements that you should have a bowel movement after every meal. Now most people I don't think do that, but at least once a day, correct?
Right. That is right. But of course, like you said, with people have different bodies. Of course, you can't place one thing across the board with different bodies because everybody has their own digestive issues and the way their bodies digest things. Some take men for instance. They can eat whatever they want and wake up in the morning. They go have a bowel movement and they don't gain a lick of weight. Whereas
Right.
us women, because of how our genetics are, we can eat the same thing that they ate and not have a bowel movement. But now we've got to carry on some extra pounds, which I'm sure that they like, but we don't too much care for it. So it's important that we incorporate more fibers and things like that into our diets, like healthy fibers or natural fibers, prunes. People think that prunes are bad for you, but you can mix a prune up in a smoothie and you will never ever even taste it.
Mm-hmm. And then that's fiber.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Anything that will give you like a natural diuretic. There's even teas that you can drink. Smooth move teas you can drink, and you drink them before bed. And when you wake up in the morning, make sure you give yourself enough time to have this bowel movement. But you'll get a nice, good, gentle cleanse throughout your sleep while you're sleeping.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Well, Liz, can you tell everybody how they can get in touch with you if someone wanted more information about you, or if they wanted to connect with you to find out, how they might be coached by you or get suggestions or recipes? How can they connect with you?
You can send me an email. You can contact me via email. It's the letter UCNSTARZ, UCN stars at gmail.com. because I want every single one of you to feel like a star. So that's the email, ucandstars@gmail.com. You guys reach out to me and I will respond.
Okay, so y'all got that? The letters UCNSTARZ as in zebra at gmail.com.
Right.
Okay.
So if you have any questions, whether it's starting out yoga or if you want to start out learning about your fitness journey, what have you, or I can even give you some healthy tips on eating, anything like that. Tonight, I actually am working with some leftover fried chicken I had in the fridge. So,
Okay, so let's talk about your recipe for tonight.
okay, so yeah, well, I've already cut up some fried. I had two chicken breasts left, two fried chicken breasts, and I've already pre-chopped it. I've already cooked it. Well, pre-cut it rather. And I've already had some leftover rice. And instead of just doing the basic, just warm it up and eat it the same way, I took it, I chopped it up, and I gave it like a little Asian flair. So this is what our final dish is going to look like.
Oh, that looks good. That looks real good.
Yeah. So we
Yum.
have a little bit of like mango, like I actually made my own sauce. This is like a
Hmm.
sweet sour sauce with a pineapple mango um, teriyaki sauce. So it's
Okay.
like a lot of flavor going on here. And then I also sauteed the rice and teriyaki sauce and soy sauce. So yeah, I'm gonna take a good look at the plate.
Looks good.
So yeah, got a good look at it.
Yes, yes. All right, so you want to tell us how to prepare this awesome dish?
Go that way. But yeah, so yeah, it's very simple. Very, very simple. You want to put a little bit of oil or a little bit of butter in the skillet. You want to kind of get that chicken to crisp up again because after sitting in the fridge, it kind of gets kind of soggy. So you just want to crisp up that chicken a little bit,
So how much oil are you putting? Just a taste or
just enough to line that pan.
just enough to coat the pan?
Yeah,
Okay.
just enough to line the pan. We're not deep frying anything. I don't really use a whole lot of oil. When I do use oil, it's always just to line the pan.
And what kind of oil are you using?
Today I'm using vegetable oil, but most of the time I use the sesame oil or avocado oil.
Okay. Okay.
But you have to make sure that when you're using certain oils like sesame oil or peanut oil that you like let people know because my little sister is allergic to peanuts, and I have to keep that in mind too when I'm cooking for the family.
And that's good to know because some people have nut allergies, and so peanut oil is made from peanuts.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to keep that in mind when you are cooking for people. You have to know whether or not people have certain allergies and whether or not people are allergic even to some of the things you're cooking. But you know that pretty much from your family history. Um, but if
Yeah,
there,
I myself have dietary issues.
so you have what kind of issues?
I'm allergic to dairy, but
Dairy.
there are dairy substitutes, so I don't miss out on much of anything.
Right, right, right. Okay. So the oil is heating, and then you're going to recrisp the chicken, correct?
Yep, just add the chicken. Now, when I add the chicken, I go ahead and add a little bit of scallions, and then I add some garlic, and then I'll add either green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, whichever type of pepper that I have, and I'll saute that up together for just a minute. It doesn't take long, like I said, because this is already your leftover chicken. It's already made. It's already cooked.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
And then while that's getting, while you got that started, you can just got the same thing, same process going on in the pan with the rice. You just want to add your pre-cooked rice or your leftover rice to the skillet. You're gonna let this brown. You're gonna let this brown up real nice. And the only thing I put in here is teriyaki sauce and soy sauce, a little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay, teriyaki sauce, soy sauce, and salt and pepper. Y'all hear that? Just a little bit of but can you adjust it to the things you like as well? The
Of course,
taste?
Yeah, this is absolutely something you can do to your taste. Your taste. If you have leftover pork or if you have leftover whatever your protein is that you have left over, you can do the same thing. You can just make some
Hmm.
type of like you can even use just plain old sweet and sour sauce. You don't have to get all fancy like I did and add all the extra. So
Well, but I know you like to be fancy, so
yeah,
okay.
I even added a little bit of rice vinegar to
Rice vinegar.
yeah, I added a little bit of rice vinegar because you know with the sweet and sour sauce in Asian dishes it can be rather sweet, but you know they do sweet and sour at the same time. So the
Hmm.
vinegar gave you a little bit of acidity, so it wouldn't be so sweet.
Okay, okay. Now with this dish, the what are some things that say the children can be doing? Because we like for it to be a family affair. Are there things that the children can be doing while we're in the kitchen together?
Well, yeah, of course. If your child is old enough to operate a knife, she
Yeah.
they can he or she can help you help you chop up the veggies, which aren't really many. You got your pepper, like I said, the onion, the pepper, the scallions, and your green onion, and garlic. And then if you try, well, a 3-year-old with supervision in a high school right here, because he could even be doing this right here, stirring the rice, stir frying rice. As long as you're
Hmm.
there to make sure everything goes fine. Let's see,
So,
this
well,
dish
one
is
thing.
almost done. This one is almost done already. This has been what, maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
So it's a very quick. So what parts of the chicken are good?
So it's any part of the chicken that you have left over, and then I spoon over my sauce, my homemade sauce. I put it in the pan too, so it can also caramelize a little bit and get on that chicken and get nice in that grease, that crispiness.
Hmm. Hmm. So you would a say chicken leg, chicken thighs
You got
be
these are
good?
chicken thighs. Yeah,
Chicken
chicken
thighs.
legs, chicken thighs, any type of chicken that you have left over.
Hmm.
So off the bone.
Take it off the bone though.
Hmm.
Okay. What about like the little drumettes? Are they good to use?
Yeah, you can do that as well if you feel like pulling the meat off the little drumette. But honestly, with the drumette, if it's a fried chicken drumette, you could actually leave the drumette whole and fry it the same way. Have the sauce in the same way, but it'll be like a Asian style chicken fried chicken wing instead of you having to go through the trouble of chopping it up and all of that with it being such little meat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So pretty much then children, this is a good meal for children as well.
Yeah, there's absolutely no spice in here. Like the only spice or little kick that you might get is from just Asian food, but Asian food typically isn't super spicy unless you prefer it that way, and you ask
Hmm.
for it that way.
So what would be a good side dish for this?
Actually, you don't need a side dish. Do you think you need a side dish with this?
No. Now can you scramble egg? I know with some stir fry dishes they have like egg in it. Can you stir fry egg in it
Yeah,
or
I thought about doing a stir fried egg in it as well, but just decided to keep that out this time, a little bit.
hmm.
But normally, yeah, when I do a stir fry, I will add a fried egg.
Okay, okay.
And what I was going to show you last week was I said you were mentioning the kids. You always have kids that have little kid bowls, right? So you can show your kids something very cool. They can take the rice and they can put it in their kids bowl, just like so. When plating the food, once it's done, yeah. When I did this in front of my friends, they're like, "What are you doing? Put my food in this little kid bowl."
So you take a kid's size bowl.
Yep, you can take a
Uh-huh.
kid size bowl or any type of small soup cup. You have a soup cup that are about the same size, or you know.
Hmm.
So you want to lay it down nice and flat like so,
Okay.
and then all you would have to do is take your plate and you can teach your kid this. Now you got a nice,
Oh, and it's
yeah,
all pretty.
yep, that's
Okay.
pretty.
So that's something that actually the child could do after you put the food in the dish. The child could actually turn it upside down.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can either serve this on top, but I like to put it around it because I think it gives it more of like a fancier look, with
Hmm.
it leftover. You would never think that this was just his leftovers from last night.
See, that's the thing, because then you have a lot of people that talk about they don't eat leftovers, they don't like leftovers, but this is a way to prepare leftovers that people wouldn't ever think of as being a leftover. You know.
All right. And then you come in closer. I'll show you how I turn this off so I don't get burned up. So then I take a little bit more of the salsa,
Hmm.
and then I'll drizzle some over top of the rice. The rice is already warm, so this is going to heat up this sauce. All right.
Hmm.
And then I'll just fill over here and make it pretty.
Oh,
And top it with some green onion. And there you go.
that's pretty. And once again, we talked about how you eat with your eyes as well as your taste. And
Mhm.
so, if it looks good, that's half the battle right there.
Right.
That's half the battle. So I'm going to put the um, directions for this. I'm going to post it later on in the chat someplace if people want to. But y'all, I want to also tell you that y'all see that UNC,
UCN
no, UCN. Okay, let's back up. UCN stars.
with a Z
U Yes, stars with a Z
at
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com. So if y'all want to connect with Chef Liz, then that's how you can connect with her. She's going to come back, and we're going to, because we're all about the healthy lifestyle. Because that's one of the things in terms of having a lifestyle. We say a lifestyle is ministry, but in order to have a lifestyle, your body's got to be able to move around. You got to be able to have the energy to do the things you want to do, the clarity of mind. And one of the things, for instance, what is it, Liz, that can help with clarity? How many drinking water?
Oh yeah, drinking water. Morning meditations I think are very important. The first thing people do when they wake up in the morning is check their phones, and I don't think that's a good idea because you never know if you're about to get bad news. So immediately you pick up that phone, you get the bad news, and now your whole entire day is ruined. Get up, get your day started, get yourself in a good mood, then start to interact with the rest of the world. Because if you allow the rest of the world to penetrate your soul immediately, then it's
Got a
kind of
problem?
yeah, it's kind of hard to shake that off. When people
Yeah.
rub their energy on you.
Well, in terms of doing that, then you get up in the morning. I heard that you get up and drink maybe a glass of water with
A
the
warm
slice,
glass of water,
a
actually.
warm glass of water,
Mhm.
and put some lemon slices in it. Maybe that would even help
Yep.
to
Or if
kick.
you use alkaline water, limes, and it'll make it alkaline water. Yeah.
Okay, and alkaline water. And I put sometimes I put some apple cider vinegar in my water
Right.
to
Hmm.
start off. But that should be the first thing that your body that goes into your body in the
Every
morning.
morning, no matter
Every
what,
morning.
before you do anything, a warm glass of water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to have you come back on and talk about yoga and talk
Okay.
about meditation, because not only is it important what you put in your body, but it's also important how your mindset is and what you put in your mind and your thinking. So we're going to talk about that. And y'all, I want you to follow me on my Facebook page, which is All Things Lifestyle. Go in and like my page, communicate with me. And I also have a group that's inside that page. Join the group and share it. share the information, share the post, because we are here and we've got some information that we want all of you to participate in. I'm going to have a couple of giveaways. I'm working on probably an ebook that will be full of some healthy recipes. Chef Liz is going to contribute some recipes to the ebook. Um, and I have a couple of other people that can put some recipes in. Correct, Liz? Do you have some recipes you'd like to put in?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so we'll have that as a giveaway, and I'll talk about how you can get that on my page as well as on the other platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and all the different other mediums and places that you can um, interact with us. But y'all come along and join us because, like I said, it's ministry, but it's fun. It's ministry, but it's reaching out in non traditional ways to connect with people. And what better way to connect with people through than through food? Correct?
Right.
So, food is something I like to eat. But just because there's a saying that says, it says, eat to live, not live to eat.
That's true.
Eat to live, not live to eat. Because a lot of people live to eat. I mean, they wake up thinking about what they're going to eat first thing in the morning. They talk about what they're going to eat. Um, when they first get to work, where are we going for lunch? And food is what they talk about. But food should fuel your body. It should be used to fuel your body and your mind, not just to be eating to be eating and filling up your body with all kind of junk and all kind of chemicals. What about the additives to food, Liz? Because you talked last time about salt. Um, what are some things that we need to try and avoid in the foods that we prepare for our families?
Um, Lots of high sodium, sugars. Um, I can go on.
Well, I've heard that if you can't pronounce it, if it's something you can't pronounce, then it probably doesn't need to be in your food.
Yeah, and a lot of people do what they think they're drinking sugar free. They're not. You need to learn there are different terminologies for different. Uh,
Hmm.
they may not just say sugar. They may say fructose. And stay away from juices that say um, made from artificial flavoring. That's not real juice. Be careful of what you're putting in your bodies.
Yeah, yeah. Because the thing is, it may be artificial. You don't know what it is that you're putting in, and all these additives. But the thing is, a lot of the additives are added to make food taste better.
Hmm.
But one thing that we need to do also is to learn to enjoy the natural flavor of foods. And so many times, we are so used to um, tasting the salt and the sugar and all of the stuff that we layer on foods that we don't really enjoy the actual natural taste of the food.
Yeah, yeah,
So so we got to cut down on all the cut down on the sugar, cut down on the salt. I have seen people, oh my God, put so much sugar and so much salt in their food. And I'm thinking, this is a heart attack waiting for it to happen, or this is diabetes waiting to happen. And the thing people need to also know is that the average disease, I read, takes about 10 years to develop.
yeah,
So 10 years of you doing whatever it is you're doing, your body is, you know, taking in, you're taxing all of your organs, you're taxing your liver, your pancreas, and all of the different parts of your body for 10 years, because it's struggling trying to digest all that stuff and
yeah.
struggling trying to do what it needs to do, right?
Right. And a lot of
So
people are full of bowel and they don't know it.
a lot of people, what?
Are full of bowel and they don't know it. They're thinking they're overweight, but they're just full of bowel because they're not allowing their bodies to process and to get rid of all the things they need to get rid of.
So bile is what, and you got people sometimes that when they can't go to the bathroom, or they have a lot of gas or indigestion or flatulence, all of that is that junk that's in our body. So We thank you for coming on again today, sharing with us, sharing your recipe. Y'all, this is Chef Everyday Chef Liz, or UCN Stars. I don't know why I want to say UN. UCN Stars at gmail.com. And y'all follow me on Facebook. So this has been, you've been listening to Rena Laster on All Things Lifestyle with my guest today, Everyday Chef Liz Elizabeth Wiley. And we're going to be coming back at you next week. Join us every Thursday at 5. We're usually here at 5, but we're on a little later today because y'all, stuff happens. My doctor just, he didn't do what he needed to do and get him in the room on time. But 5 o'clock every Thursday, come join us, and we look forward to seeing you on Facebook, seeing you on Twitter, seeing you on Instagram, and all of the other platforms. So follow me, follow Liz, and until next week, y'all take care and be healthy.
Namaste.
Bye.